I think I've had enough time messing around with all my different 3D printed goods recently. I'm going to do a small review on these replacement lock bodies for when you rattle your 410s. Yeah, this one's in my hand. We'll start with it. This one's pretty good. I like it. It's a 2-piece design, nice snug fit together. Uses 3. There's that screw I was looking for, but uses 3 different screws to hold it snugly together. I did have to modify it slightly. Couldn't get my key in, but it could be my printer settings or something. I'm not really sure yet because I'm still learning that. Aesthetically, this is my number 2 pick. Function's pretty good. Not quite my best hand feel, but I like it. Next on the list, this is basically a more or less 1-to-1 to the stock body. Of course, it picks just fine, like a Master Lock 410 would. Not really much to say. It's got 2 3mm screws that hold it together. Of course, I turn the camera on and everything wants to go haywire. There we go. Sorry about that. Now, it's good to go. It's just 2-head clamshell. Get the clamshells out of the way. This next one is one of my favorites. Uses a similar design to the Abus Brady 7140s. And I do not have a Phillips near me, so I have to take my word on it, but got 1 screw down the shackle, hole, core goes in there. You get the idea. This one I like. It is slightly fatter than the Abus, and yeah, it's all around just a little bit bigger than a standard 410. It does have a good hand feel to it. Now, for my number 1 pick for aesthetics, this one here also picks pretty good. One of the problems with this one is the tensioner. Is if it's a Covert Instruments or Jimmy Long style tensioner, you can no longer get the short end in to get it, and you have to use your longer end. And that also means I cannot use a ergo turner, so that's where this one gets detracted. Also, I had to take a 1/4-inch drill bit and massage these holes out a bit. But I got it working good. Oh, helps me put it in the right side, don't it? But works pretty good now that I've massaged those holes out. And and I had to modify my actuator to be able to slip it in past once everything's assembled. But let's do little modifications. It works perfectly good. And I think it looks really good. And here's another one I printed that didn't go so well, but you can see it, yeah, doesn't fit too well, but it's all good. Now we're going to go on to the other section. Move him out of the way. This one's not too bad. It's basically just a core holder. Of course, you can't put your shackle in it. And the wedge that goes in here is somewhere in my area. I lost it. I have no idea where it is. It wasn't a very tight fit. I'll have to go into the file and either make it thicker or do something if I wanted to use it, but it's a bit too wide for me. Comfortably fit in my hand anyway. So that's not what I'm really going to use. Next on the list is this one. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I can't get this one to assemble good. Its 3-part design is okay, but a bit overcomplicated in my opinion. Because this has got to go on here, like so. I did pick it with the core in it. It picks okay. It is, well, here's my example. Just a little bit bigger just as wide, a little bit wider. It's not bad to pick with, but with the other options we have, that one doesn't really make it to the final cut, if you will. And then last but not least, I have this one. It works pretty good as a core holder. I think this one had the same issue with, yeah, this one had the same issue where I had to modify, or would have had to modify this actuator. He even says on his thing that you can glue it, and I would recommend that, or put a second screw hole over here, or 2 screw holes in through the front if you're going to use this design. But again, for my hand, it's a bit big, and I don't really like it, so I didn't end up going with that. So those are my two main picks are these guys. I really like them. These aren't bad standbys. Aesthetically, this is still number 2. I like the being able to see what I'm doing in it. And go ahead and assemble one or both of these. Oh, also, I remembered this as I'm looking at it. Oh, this isn't going to show up on camera. Maybe it will. But instead of master, it says monster. I thought that was kind of a nice little touch. This uses a M3 screw down the hole and a nut that just slides in here. Works out pretty good. Let's see, this one. If I can do this from memory. I think I shove the shackle down it. Of course, I always want to shove it down the wrong way. Down there. Use the tool to kind of get it there. This one, even though it doesn't have a way of, it's not a half clamshell design, it still lets you get all the bits in it quite nicely. Grab this core, jam that in there like that. Lose my nut again. There we go. Kind of just stick it together. There's my key. Okay. That one works quite nicely. I do like it. And my next one is this one. Now, this one's pretty cool because there is no metal hardware involved on this. It's all 3D printed. This one's also a happy accident. I ran out of filament, so I was printing. I got a dual tone. Let's see if I can remember how to do this one. This one, the way it printed is pretty cool. Just grab a tensioner from over here. Pop in. It's just tight enough to where it'll hold the balls in place for you. Cradle them, if you will. Do that, and of course, it wouldn't be one of my videos if I don't fuck it up. All right. So now you get to take it back apart. I don't feel like editing or stopping, so yeah, it's not too long. You're just going to be in for the ride. You already said we put us together, so this one I definitely will need this, again, modified actuator. I just took a Dremel with a diamond bit and hogged it out. Let's see, my ball's in place, knock them around a little bit, and this goes like this. Oh yeah, the nice open hole, you can get it moved where you want it. And the way I did this before was like this. Grab my other key. Get that actuator in there. Your little end plate. And these screws, one of these screws is longer than the other, so the longer one goes on the side that doesn't have the Bible sticking out. Try to definitely keep this under 15 minutes. Oh. There it is. Make sure you get those threads lined up, and there you go. And as I said, I really do like the aesthetic of this one. I like being able to see the actuator actuate, if you will. It's very nice. I think I got all these files off of Thingiverse or maybe even Yegi. They're all online, easy to find. But yeah, why not? But yeah, this one, as far as especially, there it is. If y'all were making a challenge lock or something, this one would be really nice. Easy to disassemble, put that together. If I ever get around to it, that might be one of the things I do with this particular. This thing's a pain in the ass to pick anyway. It's one of the harder 410s that I own. I think that's about it. Thanks for watching.